very nimble on the feet, moves in that range so quickly. His hands are razor sharp. So for me, Cope's got to get close. He's got to force the action.
He's not going to win the battle of the hand and foot speed, but targeting the body early, as he is now, could be crucial for him if this fight goes down the stretch.
Spot on, Chris. Bang on. He has to work the body, and he does that well, like you say. He finishes combinations. He'll start upstairs and he'll drop 2 hurtful body shots. If he can just hook that right hand and try and walk Sylvester, who, like I say, he's moving a lot to his left. He might have a bit more success, but like I've said before, don't throw it to the head. But good work in from Cope on inside there.
It's clever, just blocks off the exit. Sylvester tried to use the left hook to just pull him round and get himself back to the ring, but Alan Cope knew what he was going to do, just grabbed hold of his arm, pinned him onto the ropes and worked away, and that's where he will have pockets of success. We had his eliminator against Harry Fryer, Sylvester, and you could see kind of blueprint for some of the problems that Alan Cope may have here tonight. Just pot-shotted him from the outside, never really let his feet settle.
He can't be walking onto those right hands. That is a shot that Cope favours. Good right hand to the body, followed by one from Sylvester, and again. It is good pressure from Cope. He's doing the right thing here. He has to make Sylvester work if he's got any chance in this. 2 unbeaten fighters. A lot of pride in there tonight.
They put a decent amount of pressure on him early. Sylvester again already on the outside, just trying to look to pot shot from range.
And you can see it just creeping. He's doing the right thing. He's targeting the body first, but the movement. Very elusive, isn't he? You see the head movement as well. It's not just the feet from Sylvester. Good variation with the jab there, head and body. The feet will start to plant, and that's what Cope will be hoping for. That's why he's putting so much pressure on now. But boxing nicely on the back foot, Sylvester.
There's some good sparring in this camp as well. Sylvester, Leon Woodstock, Lee Appleyard, Niall Farrell, the former ABA champion, who's a novice pro at 2-0 last month. With Dalton Smith as well. Yeah, tough test for him tonight. Is he close to passing it here? Cope lets the hands go again. Well, I wonder what Corey O'Regan will be making of this contest. We saw him in imperious form against Ellison in our first contest on the pre-broadcast segment earlier on tonight.
They've left it all in there. Brilliant fight. Ball v Matador from start to finish.
Cope just fainting with those feet, but he's looking tired now. Left hook counter from him. Lovely right hand down the middle from Sylvester. Let's shuffle with the feet. Turns his chin. He believes he's done enough. Cope believes he's done enough. We will go to the scorecards. What a brilliant fight that was. English vacant lightweight title is up for grabs. Kenny Pringle has him a centre ring. He played a good part in that, just letting the action unfold. It was a pretty clean fight throughout, and they both know they're in with a chance of having their hand raised. Luis Sylvester just doing enough in the first half of the fight to take this one on points. And we'll find out. Here are the scorecards with David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action here in Sheffield, we go to the judges' scorecards. Kieran McCann and Kevin Parker both scored about 96-94. Michael Alexander, 96-95. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision. They're still undefeated, and the new English lightweight champion. The thrill from Gypsyville, Luis Sylvester.
One man who has impressed him so far and who has delivered in his first 5 is 21-year-old Junaid Bostan in the white trunks already on the back foot. 5-0, all by stoppage. But importantly, Dan, there haven't been early blowouts. He has got the rounds in.
Yeah, he has. And he's showed us that carries power late. Very good talent, but this is something new altogether.
Ryan Amos in the royal blue trunks with gold pattern on them, ostensibly a tight guard pressure fighter, but he's actually got a little bit more than that. He can switch hit as well, and as we saw in the first contest of the night between Luis Sylvester and Adam Cope, a solid disciplined, strong pressure fighter with a well-honed engine can be really problematic for a fighter who likes space and time to get into a rhythm. If he can take Bostan out of that early or not allow him to get into one, that's where he can have success in this contest. Grant Smith saying don't give him an easy entry into range, just fence with that lead hand, and he just walks him onto a beautiful lead uppercut.
That was a beautiful shot, Chris, it really was. Lovely left, just took his head off the line, sort of into the danger zone if you like, but shot that left hand up the middle. Lovely shot, really, really was.
I had in my notes, Darren, a couple of fights ago, and I don't use this lightly, they're just shades of the Nassim Hamed style there, which has clearly bled into him from the early Ingles days, the stories there that he was exposed to. He's got with it the brilliant fundamentals of the Grant Smith fighters, but generates power from both stances, from angles that the textbooks say you're not really supposed to. And then when you just see little bits of swag like that, the confidence, the relaxation, those sorts of things, just gives you a bit of excitement for the future.
I think the shot after that body shot for Bostan is to screw an uppercut right through. Oh, takes a left hook from Amos. Good shot inside. He's a bit loose with that right hand as he threw the left hook.
Well, that was the side that he was vulnerable against Linos from Southport a couple of fights ago. But he took the shots well, but that was a solid left hand from Amos, and he's landed 2 or 3 of those the last couple of rounds. And just like the first fight with Sylvester and Cope, Amos will not expect to be winning the boxing match early, but he will fancy that he can drag this one into difficult territory late. Right hand to the body, left hook, right hand upstairs, jab to the body. And it is Junaid Bostan as we head into this final minute, who has imposed himself on these first 2 minutes of the final round.
Yeah, he was looking to hold a little Amos inside, some good shot picking from Bostan. The uppercut again, look, trying to draw out the lead of Amos, who can fire back with the uppercut, missing on that occasion.
Well, you heard the slap as that left hand is shoveled into the body from Southpaw. Hands are low now. Amos swings with that right hand. Well, we found out plenty about Junaid Bostan tonight, and credit to Ryan Amos for pressing him, for doing all that he could to unsettle him, to not make himself an easy target. Left hand up the middle again. And for Bostan, the first time he's really had to think his way through a contest, to solve a few problems, and he's done so well. Again, Amos barrels forward, using that physical strength. Bostan knows he's 3 or 4 years away from his physical prime. And he's 3 or 4 years away from coming into his boxing prime as well. For a young man of 21 to be operating where he is already, the skill set from Orthodox and from Southpaw, still a long, long way from the finished article, but at this stage of his career, it's pretty impressive.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds here in Sheffield, we go to referee Kieran McCann's scorecard. It reads 79-73 for your winner. He's still undefeated, Junaid Bostan.
Sure, he'll start to try and look for that right hand down the middle in a minute.
Beach has faced talented Southpaws in 2 of his last 3 fights and stopped inside the distance last time out by Nathaniel Collins for the British title.
Poking that jab out, looking for that left. 2 good shots there, taken on the guard though. From Beach, nice long left hook though from Beach Jr. Doing the right thing, Beach Jr. This is where he's got to work away and doing the right thing with the shots to the body as well, the straight shots.
Beach Jr. has got those 2 defeats that I was talking about on his record, but in between those defeats, he had a very impressive win against Raza Hamza.
Good work there, 2 good shots from Hopey Price, but yeah, Beach Jr. needs to get that head moving, get on the chest and work away. Got to be busy, got to be aggressive on that front foot. Doesn't need to be here. That's where Hopey Price wants to be. pushing you back, changing the levels really well with that left hand.
The spells in this round denying Beach Jr. the chance to get on the front foot, but of his own volition, Price going on to the back foot, waiting for those opportunities to exploit the mistakes the openings left by Beach Jr.
Concerned. I think Beach Jr. probably has the better shape to throw his right hand, but he just doesn't have the speed. Look, I would like to see him just put his foot on the gas, ask some questions of Beach, but the stoppages that he has faced Beach have been late. I think 7 from Dennis McCann and 8 from the face Nathaniel Collins, maybe vice versa, but I'd like to see him go through the gears, Hopi. Err on the side of caution maybe early and then go through the gears, so maybe that's what we'll start seeing as this fight progresses.
Beach previously failed in an attempt to win the British Super Bantamweight title also against Brad Foster. Back in the ghostly days of the pandemic, it was the fight that ended a long lockdown in boxing. 118 days without any show anywhere in the UK. Now there's blood on the right-hand side of the face of Beach as well as we reach the halfway stage of the 7th round. This is quality work from Hobie Price, and the message from Dave Caldwell in the corner is more of the same.
Give me that white towel. Give me that. That'll do ya. Yeah, that'll do, kid. That's gone.
They think he's had enough in the corner.
Yeah, that one's a bit worse. That one's the both of them.
He's gone.
Both of them.
And there's confirmation. Peter Hickenbotham in the trainer, or the trainer in the corner of James Beach Jr. has decided that his man has taken enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Kieran McCann calls a halt to this contest at the end of round number 7, declaring your winner by TKO. He's still undefeated, and the new WBA Continental Featherweight Champion, Hobie Price.
So the unbeaten run continues for this talented 23-year-old. That's his 4th win inside the distance. And for comparisons, very similar to the distance it took Nathaniel Collins to beat James Beach last time out in a fight for the British title. The amateur pedigree so evident in the work of Pat McCormack, but looking now to craft his way into a professional style and looking to be moved along quickly at the age of 28.
Absolutely rapid is McCormack. Good long left hook from Dixon, good work to the body from McCormack, but he's just so fast, and I think that's what you need, Mike. You need that speed of hand and foot. Oh, the right hand over the top, he's stunned Dixon, he's taken a step back, McCormack.
Dixon came in virtually off balance and was met beautifully by that right hand from McCormack, and there's still 50 seconds to go in the round. And Dixon is in deep, deep trouble here. This could be the most impressive win of Pat McCormack's professional career so far. Dixon with nothing in reply.
Brilliant work from McCormack, headhunting a lot. Nice high guard from Dixon, but he was stunned by that right hand. Still 25 seconds to go.
McCormack coolly waiting for the next opportunity. Into the fourth round we go, and McCormack looking to get to work behind that beautiful left-hand lead of his, which has set up so much so far in the contest.
Ben Davison in the corner there, just asking for a bit more work in between, and if it's not going to be with your hands, a bit more non-punching activity. And what I mean by that is the feints with hand and foot. Try and trigger a lead from Dixon, and then you can fire back with your counter, just constantly keeping your opponent thinking all the time. The right hand over the top, taking on the guard of Dixon. When you're in there with someone who has that superior hand speed, it's mentally draining. Lovely right uppercut. It's mentally draining when you're constantly at that fear of letting your hands go, because you will get countered. Good variation with the shots there. Two upstairs, another right to the body.
Such impressive variety from McCormack, halfway stage of round 4. Clinical, clean punching, bouncing off the chin and the body of Dixon.
Swelling to the right eye now of Dixon as well. Predominantly that jab, I think, causing that.
Again, the right hand gets home from McCormack against a man who's been beaten 4 times, 2 of those inside the distance. And that jab rocking back the head of the Welshman.
Fair play to Dixon here, trying to work inside, trying to get a foothold, trying to get hold of something, build on something.
Tremendous. Same shot once again, and down goes Dixon.
6, 7, 8.
Referee Michael Alexander taking a good look at Dixon there. McCormack in the corner, skipping away. He thinks we're getting closer and closer to the end.
Yep, towel's in, Mike.
And there goes the towel. Brilliant shot right at the end of the 4th round from Pat McCormack, the shot that had done the damage earlier in the contest. And in the end, the sheer class, the variety and the accuracy of Pat McCormack, too much for a game Tony Dixon.
I think everyone would agree with the corner there. That is spot on. There was absolutely no way that Tony Dixon was going to win that fight. He tried in the last couple of rounds, he tried to get close, he tried to let his hands go, but every time he'd done so, he was caught with that right hand. The jab was so impressive. The variation from Pat McCormack was just spot on. I mean, he really is a talented fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, the red corner throws in the towel, causing Michael Alexander to call a halt to this contest. Declaring your winner by TKO, he's still undefeated, and the new WBA Continental Super Welterweight Champion, Pat McCormack.
Unbeaten in 5, Pat McCormack, with a performance that underlines why so many in the game are so excited about this 28-year-old and where he can go from here. 2 men similar in terms of experience, even though Smith is younger and turned pro much later. And Smith's first 2 defences of the title went the full distance, which put a dent in that knockout percentage that you see there at the bottom.
Sharp 1-2, leaning back on the ropes. They look quite loose, the ropes.
Smith creating a threat.
That front foot in, then let the shot go. Moving well out of range though. Good right hand, left hook, but falling short with his own shots, Dalton Smith.
in Los Angeles, sparring with the likes of Virgil Ortiz, which he says went very well.
Oh, big right hand over the top. He took the sting out of that, Maxwell, but it's a big wide overhand right. Oh, lovely right uppercut, the legs stiffen slightly. There's another right hand over the top. This is good work from Dalton Smith. Spoken about more from Dalton Smith, but you said it on the show. Good work from Dalton Smith. Really stepping in with that right hand. Catch head. Oh, there's a cut straight away after that right hand missing. Heads come together and there was a cut over the right eye of Dalton Smith. That's a shame.
Well, he was cut over the left eye in each of his last two contests, and now that is gushing blood.
That has certainly spurred Maxwell on. He's on the front foot.
And that is a bad, bad cut. At the moment, the blood doesn't seem to be flowing into the eye of Dalton Smith, but the 4-round rule is in place here.
Sam has to now start letting his hands go more, because as right of now, he's well behind in this fight. I haven't got him winning a round so far yet, and if this fight's to be stopped on that cut, he's lost. So he's now got to start letting his hands go. I understand how he feels. He's being countered. That's a great shot from Dalton Smith. He is being countered all the time, but ultimately, he's got to get going. A little bit of success here and there. But look at this, the body shot there after the headshot was just phenomenal, and Dalton Smith is picking shots excellently. This cut hasn't fazed him at all. If anything, it's made him look more vicious.
But now he goes on the attack. It might all be immaterial here, with just under a minute to go in round 6. Smith now with a huge attack. Maxwell under big pressure.
Fantastic work from Dalton Smith, so dangerous. That right hand troubling Maxwell every time he lands. The legs still look unsteady from Maxwell.
So into the second half of the contest, and so far Dalton Smith has brushed off any negative effects of being cut around each of the eyes.
The more grazing shot, there's one through the middle, and they're the ones that land on Sam Maxwell.
It lands when he takes that little step to his left, Dalton Smith, gives him the shape, puts him in the right position to throw that straight right down the middle. Clash of heads again.
All night, and the referee doesn't even continue the count. That was a savage shot from Dalton Smith, and credit to Smith, he's already quelling the celebrations. Left hand, right hand combination from a man battered around the eyes, and already out of shot. The oxygen mask are being applied to Sam Maxwell. A clinical finish, brilliantly timed, brilliantly aimed.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a nice round of applause, if we could, for both of these fighters, please. Referee Kevin Parker waves off the count at 1 minute and 34 seconds of round number 7, declaring your winner by TKO. And the new unified British and Commonwealth super lightweight champion, Dalton Thunder Smith.
Well, given the clear distractions, yes, he's come through cuts in his career before, but never with a cut over each of his eyes. And this time around, managed to hold his composure, was patient as his dad asked for in the corner, and finally found the finish with a quite brilliant, brilliant combination.